Hello there, welcome to Brands Hatch. Welcome back to Brands Hatch and to the final of the W Series for 2019. And we have a winner. Well, in fact, we have two winners today. We have Alice Powell, who won the race, and we have Jamie Chadwick, who won the whole championship. And it has been a race that has been great to finish with. You know, we had all sorts. We had a race for the lead, we had a race for second, we had a race for third, everybody. It was great fun. And one that was actually done the series proud. And here is our winner, Alice Powell. She qualified second, but finished the race in first position. Third in the championship, actually, which is crucial considering some of the bad luck that Alice Powell has had in the championship as a whole. And some of the DNFs she's had. To be third in the championship, I think really sums up the sort of late season push. But it was a good start. She shadowed Jamie Chadwick and then took the lead at Paddock Hill. A perfect restart off the safety car, dropped Emma Kymäläinen and won the race you wanted to win all season.
Yeah, no, I think Brands Hatch, if you want to win a race out of the whole season, Brands Hatch for sure. The crowd have been amazing. Me and Jamie actually were talking on the way to the press conference that how incredible the support has been, the turnout that the W Series has created here. And yeah, and my family are here as well, so to get the win in front of them was extra special. And yeah, I was lining Jamie up for a couple of laps because I knew I had the legs on her and I didn't want to make it too obvious. And then, just...
So come on, talk us through that move around the inside of Paddock Hill. What were you thinking? That she's going to... Because she didn't make it easy for you.
No, she didn't. And yeah, so I was kind of sussing out for the last couple of laps of where she was a bit weaker than me, maybe a little bit stronger. So yeah, I got a good run coming out of clearways, which, was my aim to do to try and get the toe. There was still a little bit of a gap, I would say a car length and maybe 2 car lengths between us. I didn't want to make it look like I was going because I was like, I'm going, I'm definitely going. And then just went down the inside and she hung it out, in all fairness, around the outside. We did touch, so at that point I was thinking, oh no, please, can nothing be broken, not a puncture, but no, everything was okay. And then I got a tap from Emma from behind going into Druids.
Yes, she was, I don't know if you've seen the replay, but she was basically, right, I'm stuck to your car, I'm following you through, I don't want to give Jamie, I don't think she was being aggressive, she was just saying, look, hurry up Alice, we both need to get past this girl now.
No, she said that, she was just kind of, she kept it there, and I was like, fully sideways, oh no, but managed to save it. And yeah, I did stop it on the corner to try and make sure that it backed up a little bit so I could kind of escape the battle, but Emma got through, and then it was just about kind of controlling the pace and keeping the times fast but consistent, so the pace was pretty good. Emma would catch me up, then I'd pull away, catch me up, pull away. And then the safety car restart was probably the best safety car restart I've ever done from leading a race. So, yeah, it was good, and then just controlled it there from the end.
You gave Emma no chance on that safety car restart.
No, that was the plan. I was like, I need to nail this start, and I did, so it was good.
Bigger picture then, Alice. What's this season of W Series meant for you?
So much, because I know I repeat it a lot, but I've been out the seat for 4 or 5 years. So to do a full season's worth of racing is just amazing. And hats off to every single member of staff at the W Series. They work so hard, behind the scenes. And to get 20 of us out racing, fully funded, for any racing driver, that's unheard of. So yeah, it's just been incredible, and I just cannot wait for next year. I'm really excited.
Excellent. So are we. Thank you very much. I'm sure you've got things to do, celebrations to have. So yeah, so it was a great battle. Jamie Chadwick at the moment is doing her written press. So she's upstairs, and we will try and catch up with her at the end of this little talk as well. But can see Emma Kymäläinen in here talking to Emma, the gold medalist netball netball player in here. And I'll tell you about Emma Kymäläinen's race. So having qualified 4th, she raced brilliantly to 2nd place. She's 5th in the championship, which when you consider that she missed those rounds after the crash at Hockenheim in round 1 is so impressive. So great opportunistic move, fighting with Alice Powell, followed her through, getting passed by Jamie Chadwick. As we've said, got dropped on the safety car by Alice Powell, but still held on to round out P2. I don't really want to disrupt. So you know what? I won't. They're having a nice discussion there. So I won't. But you know, when you consider that she's closed out the weekend and closed out the season on the podium, having missed so many, I think that is extra specially impressive. Right, done Jamie Chadwick. We'll do Jamie Chadwick at the end. Done Alice Powell. Now, Esme Hawkey, don't know if she's around the place. Don't think she is, but anyway, I'll tell you about her race. Or maybe you can go and see who's around here, Kirsty. Go off and go for a wander and see who's around and who's still in the area. Well, I'll tell you about Esme Hawkey's race. So she qualified third, but so disappointing. The car stalled and had to restart. She had to pretty much restart the car. Had to go down to had to crank it up again. You can restart these cars. You don't need an exterior starter. She rejoined last, and what that meant is that she needs to apply again because she's now 15th in the championship. She thinks if she had got a good start and if she'd actually managed to go around and be at least third, maybe fourth or fifth, that would have given her the points she needs to be in the top 12 and qualify by rights for next year's W Series. She didn't get that. She didn't get any points today because she finished 16th. And that means she does need to apply and qualify again in 2020. But she thinks that with her speed, she'll be able to do that. They'll take into account her great performance here in qualifying, and it'll be a little bit easier for her. We've spoken about Emma Kimmelainen. She was second today. Bijtske qualified fifth and raced to third, second in the championship. I should say Kimmelainen fifth in the championship. I think I've said that already. So second in the championship is Bijtske. The runner-up had a great start, pushed Jamie Chadwick all the way, overtook her on lap 18, got put on the grass, but did all she could, but in the end couldn't really close out. I think you found on your left-hand side Peter Windsor and Paddy Lowe. No, other way, Kirsty. Just here. On your right-hand side now. Peter Windsor and Paddy Lowe. Paddy Lowe managed to. Paddy Lowe was giving out the podium positions, and Peter Windsor as well. But they're having a private conversation, so we won't interrupt them. But we'll just say hello. Nice to see you again. Hello. How are you doing? Right. Now, what was I telling you about? Nice to see Paddy again. Maybe he'll find new position somewhere in this paddock. Be interesting, wouldn't it? There is Bijtske. You can see Kirsty, so you can just have a little follow what she's doing. Volvend, Fabienne Volvend. So qualified P6 and raced to P5. She's sixth in the championship, and that's pretty agonising because in the championship she's finished 2 points behind Emma Kimmelainen. So I think Volvend says she was disappointed with that towards the end because she didn't manage to get fifth in the championship off of Kimmelainen because Kimmelainen has finished the year so strongly. So she was a little bit frustrated about that. Good end to the season. One of the fastest drivers out there, was doing the same lap times as Bijtske and Jamie Chadwick, but in the end she couldn't really close up on the drivers ahead of her. Miki Koyama, a very, very tough day for the Japanese driver. Miki, she qualified seventh, so much better qualification now from Miki, but had was out of position on the grid, and that's a guaranteed drive-through. And that meant, of course, that already she had a problem. Then she went wide at Paddock Hill Bend, and then she spun, bringing out the safety car. So disappointed for Miki Koyama, but she still finishes seventh in the championship. Sarah Moore, we might have seen her around the place a little while ago. Just see if we can see her in here. No, we can't. But you can go if you want to go in, because have a look to see what you can see in the W Series building. Tell you about Sarah Moore. She qualified 8th, very good qualifying, but lost a couple of positions. The point was that she got held up very badly at the start by the stall, by Esme Hawkey's stall. She had to pretty much stop, reselect first gear, and then go around Esme Hawkey. Fought with Marta Garcia, did Sarah Moore, towards the end, but Garcia actually got her in the end, so did drop a couple of places. Bit frustrated, but still finishes in 9th place, Sarah Moore does in the championship. Jess Hawkins had the strong end to the season, very solid end to the season at this is her home race, and just feels that if she'd got this level of competitiveness earlier on in the season, then she might have had a very different end to the championship, Jess Hawkins. But she tends to beat herself up a bit. She doesn't need to. She's actually very quick and will come back next year because it's just finished in P12 in the W Series Championship. So a solid end to the season, shown in the last few races what might have been possible earlier on in the season. Vicky Piria qualified 10th and raced to 6th today. A great race, comfortably in 6th, ahead of Jess Hawkins, and is 8th in the championship. So well done, Vicky Piria. Marta Garcia. Are you just going to want to follow me for a little wander around? Why not? I'll just show you. They've had this. They've had the W Village. So this is where everyone has just been taking advantage of some of the stalls, and this has been where W Series has had all their guests in here. Rupert Svensson-Cook, who's here, the blonde chap with the fetching glasses. He's sort of Team Chadwick, I think you can say. You might remember Rupert Svensson-Cook from your Formula BMW racing in years go by, an accomplished racer himself, and he's been helping Jamie this year as well. Right, have a look and see what you can see while I just tell you what was going on. So, yeah, Marta Garcia qualified 11th. Raced to P8 and 4th in the championship, and it was really all lost in qualifying. She overtook, but overtook Sarah Moore, got up to P8, but you know, a bit of a disappointing ending as far as Marta will be concerned for this year. She won, of course, in the Norris Ring. She had a podium the first time out in Hockenheim. That's why she's 4th in the championship, but only 8th today, not really what she would have wanted after a very strong early season. Sabra Cook, great end to the season for Sabra Cook, scoring 2 points for P9, qualified 12th, 11th in the championship, so she does get into next year by right. So that's great from the American driver, Sabra Cook. Gosia Radest. Now, this is desperately disappointing because she qualified 13th, finished 13th. She needed some points to be sure of getting into the top 12 to be here next year, but she's pretty disappointed. 14th in the championship does mean that she misses out on automatic qualification next year for 2020 by just 2 points. And it's the same for Caitlin Wood, agonizingly out of the top 12 by just 1 point. Which is really gutting for Caitlin Wood, our Aussie driver. So she was chasing P10. She had a good race, moved up 3 places from 14th on the grid to finish P11 in the race, but it wasn't enough. She just needed 1 more place. That would have meant she had 1 more point, and that would have meant she would be P12 in the championship, but in the end she wasn't, misses out by 1 point. Tasmin Pepper, 15th on the grid, raced to P12, no points today, but 10th in the championship, and that's because she is really misconsistent. Tasmin Pepper's been always there or thereabouts. I think it surprised some in W Series with her speed and consistency. So a great season by Tasmin Pepper, and if she wants to, she can come back because she's 10th in the championship, even though she couldn't get into the points today. She's 10th in the championship, and that means that she's inside, as we say, the top 12. Sarah Bovey, one of our reserves, along with Vivian Kessley. So she qualified P16, had a disappointing race, was 19th today because she damaged her front wing. And even she isn't sure how exactly that happened. But it did mean that race control wanted her to come in, change the front wing, and then go out again because they felt that her car was a little bit unsafe. She felt actually she had understeer, but apart from that, there's no real reason that she felt she could have continued. No real reason to change the front wing. But in any case, had to pit, change that front wing, lost 30 seconds or so, and said that she didn't actually know that it was broken. Vivian Kessley as well, 16th in the championship, as you would expect from a reserve driver, hasn't done all the races, but made up 3 places, 1 point sees her in P16 in the championship, which is not too bad for a reserve driver. We'll just sum up everybody else. Megan Gilks, qualified 18th, raced to 18th, 19th in the championship, didn't score because the race that she won, it was the reverse grid. In Assen, didn't have any points to it, obviously because it's a non-championship race. Has shown that if she can qualify better, have a better turn of speed, then at least she can hold on to a lead, which is what she did in the non-championship race in Assen. Shea Holbrook, great character for the year. Didn't score either, but hopes that she can come back as well. She's 19th in the championship. She's 20th in the championship, is Shea Holbrook, and at the bottom of the championship, she qualified 19th, raced to 17th. Character building year, made up places, and learnt a lot. But she's been commuting from the US to here, so bear that in mind. That Shea hasn't had the support network of maybe some of the European-based drivers, and she thought she credited that as something that didn't help her this year. Naomi Schiff qualified 20th and raced to 15th today, 17th in the championship, made up 5 places, but saddled with a bad qualifying. Now, do you think we can go back up? Can we go upstairs and look for Jamie Chadwick? I think we can. So she should be finished with her written press, and I do want to get a little word with the champion. Do we know where our champion is? Is she upstairs? I thought so. Excellent. You right, everybody? Good. Nice to see you. Because today, for Jamie Chadwick, it was qualifying on pole, but the worst 30 minutes, she said, of her life. Only 4th, and the first time that she was off the podium is the race where she comes through and she wins the title. So it was a tense race. She lost the lead to Alice Powell and Emma Kimmelainen, as we said, at Druids. Closed out Beitske Visser, but still put Beitske on the grass, but then got overtaken by Beitske, who's right next to me. And wasn't anything wrong with the car. She just had to continue and win. Kept her head to win. So she's just finishing up something here. Hopefully this will be concluding itself quite quickly, so we can have a quick word with our champion. I'm awfully sorry to interrupt. Is that all right? Are you sitting down because you need to sit down? Shall I come and crouch?
I told him to lie down. I said I need to lie down.
This is the last one of these rambling monologues we've got. We've got 2 minutes left. Oi, sum it up.
I'm going to say worst 30 minutes of my life, followed by the best 30 minutes of my life.
Where are we now? We're now at the. It's still a good period of your life. I mean, let's look back at it. And do you know what? Earlier in the championship, everyone said, "Oh, Jamie's going to cruise to this. It's going to be easy." It has not been easy. The level of competition in this series is tough. It's been tough.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I knew that, to be honest, even at Hockenheim, regardless of how that result looked, I knew it was always going to be tough. And that's kind of what's made it more nail-biting for me, because I knew that I would always have to level up and make sure that I was at the best, because if I wasn't, it would be someone else's for the taking. And today felt a lot like that. I felt like I leveled up in qualifying but didn't do the job in the race. And yeah, it was a tough weekend for sure, but very relieved to have got the championship.
Well, you deserve it. You've got the trophy. What do you feel, apart from the nice check that goes with it, is next for you?
Oh God, I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to take a bit of a break and then hit the ground running. Still a lot to work on, still a lot to improve. Obviously, the relationship I have with Williams, Aston Martin, hopefully we can work with them over the winter and hit the ground running next year, whatever we do.
Okay. Well, listen, that's it. Should we say goodbye to everybody?
Oh, I don't want to say goodbye. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to have to call you up or something and get my daily dose of Ted.
Really? Well, I wouldn't recommend that. But anyway, listen, for everybody watching for us around the world, I've got to say thank you very much. We've ended here with a tense race. It might not have been the best 30 minutes of your life, but still, I think the champagne centre in this corner of W Series sums up the day here. So thank you so much for following us around Europe. Hopefully we'll have more races, we'll have more drivers, we'll have more fun, we'll have more everything next year. And, well, I'll let the champion have the last word.
What to say now? That's a big...
Thanks for watching and bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support throughout the season. I can't even get my words out. It's been amazing. And yes, goodbye. See you maybe next year. Bye.